Hello, this is Brian J. This is Brian J on YouTube talking about women's MMA, and right now I'm talking about the big cast announcement for The Ultimate Fighter Season 26. This is a big fucking deal because Season 26 is about the introduction to the women's flyweight division. The women's flyweight division is being introduced on primetime television in Season 26, Tough 26, and the cast has been announced. 16 women, 16 members of a household are all going to be fighting for each other for not only for a lucrative contract to fight for the UFC, but to win a UFC belt, to win a world title. Now, most of the women that have been picked for the cast, I don't really know. I've seen them fight on Invicta a few times, but I just can't really remember their names at the top of my head. But three names did stick out. One is Barb Honchak. Barb Honchak. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Anyways, I've seen a few of her fights on Invicta. She's a very good fighter. She became an Invicta flyweight champion. She was the inaugural champion. She was the first ever Invicta flyweight champion. She defended that belt twice. Once against Leslie Smith back in December of 2013, and Barb won by unanimous decision in a 5-round fight. Championship fight on Invicta. I think it was Invicta FC 7. It's on the UFC Fight Pass, and I think the fight is on YouTube. But if you have a Fight Pass membership for UFC Fight Pass, you can definitely find the fight on UFC Fight Pass. You can watch the fight. And then Barb had another defense the very next year, I think around November of 2014. And then she left the sport. She took a break because she was dealing with a lot of injuries. She said she was dealing with like inflammatory issues, and she was dealing with injuries. Her husband got a big job in Washington State, so they had to move, and it took her a long time to find a real gym that suited her. You know, she was trying to find the right gym for herself that fit her needs or whatever her reasoning was. She didn't feel like she had to explain anything to her fans, and that's okay. That's her right. She didn't have to explain anything. She was just, busy. But she was dealing with injury. She was dealing with a lot of personal issues, and she had to get through all that. And so she took a break from the sport for about 2.5 years, and then she came back for the Tough tryouts for Tough 26. And and people were like, "Wow, oh, Barb is back, Barb is back." And I was like, "Wait, Barb Honchak? What?" I was like, I've heard of her, but it's like I didn't really know her too well because I guess it's like the out of sight, out of mind thing. And plus now I just recently really got into Invicta, but I heard about her being like, the first Invicta flyweight champion for Invicta, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. But I know Roxanne, and that's the other name that popped out, is Roxanne, the nerdy girl, one who's in the Dragon Ball Z and Power Rangers and whatever else. She is once again on another Ultimate Fighter season. I think Roxanne was in Tough 18, which is the season where Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate were the coaches. And Roxanne, she got pretty far in that competition. Her grappling is pretty decent. It's pretty okay. She's not a great striker. Her striking isn't really that good, but as a grappler, she's okay. She's got a decent ground game, and she got really far. And I think she lost to Raquel Pennington for that season. In the end, she lost to Raquel Pennington, but Roxanne got really far. But of course, everybody lost to Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena was the first female to win the Ultimate Fighter for Tough 18, season 18, back in around the fall of 2013. That's a good 4 years ago. So now Roxanne is back on the Ultimate Fighter, and she's fighting in the flyweight division now. She's gone from bantamweight to flyweight, and who knows, maybe she'll be better at flyweight. Maybe this is the division that suits her. But this division has so much potential, has a really good talent in Invicta, and once it premieres, more women from bantamweight and strawweight are going to be coming to flyweight. I know Joanna, she's going to go to flyweight maybe next year. Valentina is going to move down to flyweight next year. She's not a bantamweight. Valentina, I think she walks around at like 140 pounds. I'm not too sure. But yeah, she's a small bantamweight, but she's really strong. And she would be a force to be reckoned with at flyweight. And the third name that popped out for me for the Tough 26 cast, the third name that really popped out to me was Lauren Murphy. Now, Lauren Murphy is a fighter that I like. She's not good, but she's not terrible. She's okay. She's somewhere in the middle, but she struggled a lot in the UFC. She has a losing record. I think she has 1 victory in the UFC and 3 or 4 losses. But yeah, she struggled in the UFC. But she's in the cast. She's been selected to be in the house, Lauren Murphy. So we'll have to see where that goes. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. The first episode is going to premiere August 30th, which is a good, I think, 3 weeks from now. It's 3 weeks from now. The first episode is going to premiere August 30th. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I've been waiting for there to be a flyweight division in women's MMA for the UFC for a long time, because you have a lot of women who are just dealing with really big weight cuts. You have women that are too small for bantamweight, but are also too big for strawweight, and so they struggle to make strawweight, like Joanne Calderwood. You know, she struggled to make 115, and same with Jessica Andrade. She was too small for bantamweight. She had to make 115, but Jessica Andrade would be perfect for 125. And you got Mackenzie Dern, who struggled in her last fight to make 115. She couldn't make 115. She came in and she won the fight, but she's a big woman. She's a big girl, and she needs to move up. Mackenzie Dern could fight at 125. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope to see where this is going to go. I think flyweight could arguably be the best division in terms of talent and skill set in the UFC. It could be a really good division, and it's a division I'm really looking forward to. And yeah. And also Valerie Letourneau, she can make 125, but she's over at Bellator, so she could come back to UFC if she wanted to, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, that's it. I mean, 125. The cast has been announced, and whoever wins that belt, they're probably going to have to keep it warm for Joanna or for Valentina, because one of those women is going to get that belt eventually. And we'll just have to see. And Amanda Nunes, she loses to Valentina in September. Amanda Nunes, she says she wants to move down and fight at 125. And Amanda is way too big and strong for 125. But if she struggles to make 135. But if she could make 125, oh my goodness. Like all those women they're toast. They will all, Amanda could knock everybody out at 125. So we'll just have to see, but it looks great. It looks good. I like the cast. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fireworks. All right, so this is Brian J. Signing off for now, and I'll make another video very soon.